me see if there is sound. Let me see if there is. Good morning to everyone. Friday morning. Happy Friday. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Okay, let's start from the weekly because the daily looks bullish. The weekly looks bearish. Depends how we're going to close this week. If we close this week on the green and have a green high Kenashi, this means that this wave is going to go up, but there is a high chance, high probability that we got rejected and we go down. So be careful if you are longing with too much here. Yes, the daily, I agree that it's bullish. We have the money flow increasing to the upside. Exactly the setup we want to trade. Like this money flow was 46, this is 25. Green high Kenashi, green momentum going up, but be careful because the weekly doesn't look very good, very bullish. 4 hour, I would say it is going to go down, having in mind this money flow. If this money flow doesn't increase and prints another wave to the upside, we're going down on the 4 hour. 3 hour, the same. Very weak money flow. On the 1 hour we already have this red momentum, but it is choppy. As I said yesterday, it is very choppy, very hard to trade. On the 45 minute we see that now we have some money flow and view up and momentum still want to go up. So yeah, it might be going up for a while today. Like 30 minutes is green momentum, 15 minutes going up, but we are almost exhausted here, depleted on the sorry, this is the 5 minute. The 15 minute, yes, we still have some to go, but on the 5 minute we are almost, looks like, depleted. Now let me see from the daily what is happening on the Ichimoku cloud. So we are below the Ichimoku, which is bearish, so we have to keep this in mind. This is bearish, but we're recovering and going up slightly. We may go up you know, to 25.8 or even lower, like 21k, and reject from the cloud and then go down. So here we are just consolidating and going sideways on the daily. On the 1 hour it's very tricky because we're right in the cloud. This is the Tenkan Sen, this red line, it's called Tenkan Sen, and it's key line. If the price goes above it, if we break to the upside, we're going to stay for a while to the upside. If we break down below the Tenkan Sen and the cloud, we will dump. So it's a key line, and because we're exactly in the cloud on the 1 hour, we are consolidating and going sideways. So difficult to predict what is going to happen. There is some bullishness here. If we start going up and, you know, we're above the cloud, we may take out this high at 20.3k. So we have to watch out for this. 21 minute, my favorite time frame, well, we're above the cloud here. But Bitcoin is looking heavy with this CVD. We got a rejection again from this level at 19.67. During the night we got rejection, and to be honest, I don't know. where are we going? Are we going up? Are we going down? It looks to me that we might have some a little bit small upside to the upside, like 19.5 or 6k, and then we have to assess where we are going. Are we getting rejected? Are we continuing? As I said, there is a chance that we continue up, but mostly this is, you can see, sideways chop, nothing more than that. Yeah, after the sideways chop, you know that we will have a move eventually to the upside or to the downside after the chop is done. So sniffing, what is going to happen here? Yeah, going completely flat, a little bit more bullish here because we held this trend line, we went above it, um, we didn't break this level 18.5, which it is acting as strong support right now. So I would say it's more bullish than bearish, but I just don't like the weekly how it looks. Yeah, that's what I can say. Volume delta. Yeah, the volume delta is also looks bullish, going up. My favorite indicator, Bitcoin price, Google Trends. Oh, sorry, this is 30 day. I want to see the 90 day. On the 90 day, it seems that we have bottomed here. So, are we going to start this last leg to the downside finally? Remains to be seen. Yeah, absolutely neutral in the middle of the RSI. Flat. Let's see what is going here. Also the same. Undecided, choppy, going sideways. Okay, we'll see what is going to happen. If we go up on this one, no trades for now from me. If we go up, I'll be monitoring this level at 19.6 again for rejection. So 15 minute, yeah, 15 minute Murifo is going up, so there's still some. The 30 minute even looks more bullish than the 15, so let's see. I am um, I'm playing Innsbruck Crypto on chain analysis for cools. What is going to happen?
Hello folks, welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspo Crypto. Well, we just received the GDP data of the United States of America just not few minutes ago, it's now 45 minutes ago, but they nailed it because it was exactly minus 0.6%, indicating that the US economy is shrinking. But that's like forecasted, so priced in and very well calculated. Is that bullish or bearish? Well, to be honest, it's mostly neutral because it's just indicating that's under control. They forecasted exactly the count and also indicating that everything is fine. Jobless claims reduced, indicating less people jobless. Also interesting. As mentioned in my tweet, Joe Biden would say, our economy is strong. That's the message behind. And is that bullish or bearish for the markets? In my opinion, my personal opinion, it's extremely bearish. And I can tell you why. It's confirming the Fed. It's just saying, hey, we can go with the rates even further because the economy is fine. Nothing is happening, so we can fight inflation. We will see PCE tomorrow. That could be a nice indicator what's happening with inflation in the US. If it's declining, I would start to, I don't know. I'm not going to say what I'm going to say to do, but it will be extremely funny then. However, worst case scenario would be the inflation is rising because strong economy, inflation is going up. It's just, the license to kill for the Fed. It's just, what? We need to raise the rates even more because it's not having any big effect to the inflation and the economy is doing well. So hawkish like hell then, and that's something we need to see if it's going to happen. DXY reacting, so it lifted up, didn't react big, so now declining, going down to its support area at the moment of 112,500, where I think it's going to bounce. We can go up once again, hitting 20,200, something I was expecting before the GDP data, but I was wrong, unfortunately. So it's going to be very exciting what the markets will do tomorrow. But I don't trust Bitcoin, I don't trust SPY, I don't trust DXY. Everything can happen here, so we need to be extremely careful for the next at least 48 hours. Or now maybe 26 hours or something until we have the PCE released, and then we need to see what's the message behind. If inflation is declining while the economy data looks not that bad, could let the Fed maybe rethink the next raise in interest rate and say, well, we don't need 75 bps anymore. Maybe, but we know, and they mentioned, and they were very clear in their definition of its goal. Not only Jay, my new friend Powell, also Al Lagarde, both said 2%. In my opinion, they are playing with fire, but that's fine. Let us see how that plays out. Let us check what the markets are going to do. I had a chat today with George, and I told him, look, the metrics, everything looks fine. We can go up even more because I don't see anything where I would say, ooh, that looks ugly. No, but I'm missing a little bit, the strength of Bitcoin. That's the most thing. So I think even if we could go up to 20,200, maybe 300, I see a big opportunity to go down afterwards again, because it really doesn't look bullish what they are doing. Absolutely not. But let us go and check what's happening. Wealth ratio, 30 days moving average. The daily one dumped very hard to 38. 38 it's indicating, so usually the wealth ratio 30 days moving average should decline afterwards. With some delay, as you know, so it will take a little bit before it's illustrated here, but maybe we go and make this here to go back to this bottom area, for example, and then we need to see if they are going to go up once again. Too early to say that, so we will see, but everything looks like it's calming down. If we take a look to the wealth ratio 30 hours moving average, that's going to be much more important. Another dump. When I see such kind of dump, and if we zoom in a little bit, we can see that we had such dumps, usually also mentioning that whales are planning a bullish price action. The thing is, usually it happens just like here. It takes a week, well, not really, 3 days. Now it took almost, 10 days. It's a lot. It could be a big price move to the upside, but that can take several weeks. We need to track that because we have references in the history where we had such dumps and afterwards Bitcoin went up very hard and aggressive. So we need to see if that's going to happen. The only thing that doesn't match here is the stablecoin supply is declining even more. And you can see even the stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges what it did. It's declining also. So they are just taking out capital from the market, and that's usually not bullish at all. However, the weights ratio of 30 hours moving average went up, declined a bit, went up once again, and it's declining. Usually, when it's declining, then I would expect a bearish price move, or at least a rising sell pressure. Not seeing it yet. So maybe it's not going to play out. Would wonder me if that's not going to happen, because that's what's happening. When they are pushing up means they are sending bitcoins to centralized exchanges. When it starts to decline, also here the preparation is done, and then afterwards something happens. So maybe we will see another leg up to 20,200. That's at least my trade strategy for today. Even I'm hedging once again. I have a long, I have a short position. My short position is a little bit bigger than my long position because I'm preparing much more a short than a long, but I'm using the volatility. It's how I'm making money right now. I mean, I did 150% since last week just doing that. Just, if the price maintains a certain trade range, you can use this volatility on both sides, making money. It doesn't matter if it's going up, it's going down, you will make money. You close the long then when it went up, you have your short, you put more money in your short, you have then a higher a higher liquidation level, for example. So it makes it much more easier to make money without to risk anything. I'm not losing money hedging all the time. But of course, I'm not making that big gain. It takes more time. That's the only thing. But I'm just maximizing my risk management. So yeah, I'm in my opinion, we are still on track. I could expect such a move, maintain there, and then go down once again. I mean, it's not a teaser because I already tweeted about that. We have a gamma wall at 20,500 like last day before we went up to 20,400. And we have a gamma wall at 17.5 that maintains there. So the gamma wall at 20,500 is bigger. Usually, as mentioned just last time, it's like a magnet. We should go up to 20,500. In my opinion, we will fail there, and then be careful, because then inspo scenario could play out. We go directly down to 17.6 to retest our current bottom, and then finally start to flip to bullish. And that's something we need to see. But I would like to see, I mean, the gamma walls are indicating it's possible, and it would be crazy and funny if that's going to happen, because that's what I have in mind, and that's what I'm also mentioned sometimes in my analysis. My preferred trade strategy to go up, and then retest our current bottom, then go up, finally hitting end of the year, maybe, yeah, whatever. I mean, we have seen yesterday some big option trades indicating end of the year even over, so much more than 34k, something I wasn't expecting yet, but at least I could say 28k hitting 28k until end of the year. So that would be great. It's not going to be easy. Their exchanges are not going to give us their money on a voluntary way. We need to work hard for it. So also here, nothing big, absolutely nothing big. I had yesterday, they took profit, and that's mainly it. We had here 8 millions in stablecoin inflows. We had here almost 20 millions. That was yesterday evening. So usually they accumulate these stablecoins there. Maybe we have 40 millions or something to push up, maintain there, and let it fall once again. Could be possible. That's something we need to check even more and to track that. So, but as you see, even if we check the inflow activity related to Bitcoin, nothing. I mean, right now, last hour, 650 Bitcoins, or even 2 hours ago. Let me check and refresh the site. Maybe it seems it has a lack of data here. Yeah. Now it's there. Okay, great. So yeah, as saying, we have here even more outflows than inflows. We had here more inflows than outflows, and so on and so forth. Even here, so what we can see is it maintains relatively neutral. The only thing we can do to check any gaps between the inflows and outflows, and even that looks extremely accurate, is if we flip to the daily resolution. We can see yesterday we had almost 5,600 bitcoins inflows and 5,500 bitcoins outflows, so 1 to 1 almost. We had here 17,000 bitcoin inflows but 18,000 bitcoin outflows, so a plus of the outflows. Even here 19,200 bitcoins inflows, 22,100 bitcoins outflows, so indicating that matches very well to the price action that these guys are at the moment yeah, buying more than selling, and that's what pushes the price to the upside. So also not big, or at least I can't see any preparation at the moment. You know, I mean, usually if we are noticing these gaps in the daily view between inflows and outflows in favor of inflows, that's indicating they are just holding bitcoins on centralized exchanges, accumulating them, usually also an indicator for preparation for the next dump. Not happening at the moment. So also here it looks more like we can go up to 20,300, 400, whatever. So let us see what's happening here. For example, funding rate lifted up, it's declining. Same like open interest. The only thing that's still rising is leverage ratio. What? Yeah, but it is what it is. At the same time, bigger activity related to stablecoins. Also here, 100 millions, for example. Here also in just 140 millions within 2 hours. So derivative markets waking up once again. Someone taking profit big. I mean, we are talking about 20,000 bitcoins here within 2 hours, close before or a few hours before they release the GDP data. So I guess someone just adapting to the market conditions and just wanted to be on the safe side to take out his money, I guess, from the exchanges, or just to profit. You know, maybe it was shorting, nothing big, just with huge volume, because I don't see where all these 20,000 bitcoins are coming from. I just see we had here yesterday 8,700 bitcoins, where we know that the market maker was involved here. Also here almost 10,000. So it's possible that on these 2 different days they are taking profit and remove those 20,000 bitcoins from the derivative exchanges. So if we take a look here, of course they are right now liquidating high leverage longs. We see that the open interest is declining, so also here matches very well. Funding rate now declining after it was going up, now declining. Only leverage ratio maintains its trend, its positive trend, so gamblers back on the table. On Binance looks similar, because Binance is here also just because of its liquidity and volume, the main driver. The funding rate is lifting up. I mean, you know, the trend is, I think, very clear. So they are demanding more longs. Open interest here went down, and leverage ratio, at least on Binance, even lower than open interest. Something that I wasn't expecting, to be honest. So someone else, I don't know what exchange it is, but they are gambling. They are really using high leverage positions. Let us take a look to BitMEX. And BitMEX 60 to 40. Okay, I think it will flip, and we will see once again 1.5 billion or something as soon we are reaching our level of 20,200 or something. But yeah, 60 to 40, still in my opinion too bearish. It's too many longs for what Bitcoin is doing. We have since we reached our current level above of 19.5, we have initiated a downward trend channel, and we had our breakout at 90,266, and right now with the current 1 hour candle, it's retesting and failing to break out again within the channel, indicating we could go more to the downside from here. Even it's not part of my trade strategy, because you know, I was and still expecting we can go up to 20,200 to 20,400 and maybe then dump, but once again doesn't look strong. So we need to be extremely careful here. And very nice that Ethereum matches with Binance here. Let us take a look to the Kingfisher now. Let me use the spin. If they give me a blue one, give me a blue one. No. Oh yeah, a red one. Okay, yeah, whatever. Then let us see what's happening here. On Binance, bears in power. Maintaining, yeah, it seems 100 million liquidations. I don't know if that makes sense, however. So, yeah, that's how it looks. So, indicating less liquidations clusters or lower liquidation clusters on the long side, big one on the short side, but with low leverage. FTX. Germany sees powerful bombs behind Nord Stream leaks. Okay, who cares? So let us check here. And once again, on FTX looks completely different. On FTX we have, even the trend looks similar, more on the long side and less on the short side. So I don't know why FTX is not well synchronized with Binance. That's what happened in the future, but I don't know why it's not happening anymore. However, yeah, if they want to liquidate anything, then back to 19.1 before we can go up once again, but it looks very empty on FTX here. Okay, that's it. We go ahead. So, yeah, we did it. We had our breakout of 19k. As mentioned just before, we had our trend line, trend line there at 19,050. So I closed my short, took profit, and now I'm just placing a new short with less funds and just the money where I did my gain, just putting aside. That's what I'm doing all the time. It works very well, to be honest, and it wasn't possible on KuCoin or, well, Binance, yes, but as German I can't trade on Binance anymore, so yeah, BitGet makes it possible. We can see what's happening. I mean, FTX aggregated. I mean, FTX not looking that bearish like the aggregated spot, but everything, looking very well. It was a well synchronized operation here. We take a look. That's Binance. Well, it's one-to-one everything. Stablecoin, collateral futures, Bitcoin collateral futures, aggregated spot. You see the CBD. It increases. It's a copy. It's one-to-one a copy. It's crazy. So let us check here, and that's interesting. That Bitfinex started to buy directly here when they started to dump. Also very interesting in my opinion. So also here we need to see, could be now a change for Bitfinex to go up and make the opposite of what the aggregated is doing. So also interesting. And Coinbase. Well, Coinbase did almost the same like Binance, FTX, and so on and so forth. Looks also very interesting here. The first time I see that Coinbase is doing exactly the same like the others. So very, very interesting. And we go and check our entities. I didn't check today yet, so maybe they are going to surprise us. Retailers lifting up. These guys, well, lifting up. These guys, after they declined, pushing more to the upside. So indicating wallets with less than 100 Bitcoin still very bullish. These guys here, wow, they dumped it hard, indicating they reduced their wallets by 30,000 Bitcoins. That's big. And the market maker entities, after the last moves and those 20,000 Bitcoins withdraw from Binance, it wouldn't surprise me if they were just the main drivers. Then let us check. They did for its 4,860,000 Bitcoins here, 4,880,000 Bitcoins here. If I check now, Let me see the entities. It's 4,877,000 matches very well to those 20,000 outflows from derivative exchanges. Bitcoins, of course, indicating these guys were shorting, longing, whatever with Bitcoins, did more Bitcoins. Now we don't know if they removed their gains or maintained their gains on the centralized exchange to dump even more. We don't know that. But yeah, we can see here the 6,000 or almost 7,000. So let us see. Is something changed here? No, nothing big. Nothing big. No. Okay, so let me check something else.
Well, overall the same picture. Still bearish. The market makers are not accumulating. They're just selling, taking the profit and waiting. That's what they're doing, and we are waiting also. So on the 5 minute, yeah, we're going up. Let's see, 15 minutes. Yeah, there might be some still room to go to the upside. Just have to watch out the 5 minute momentum, where I guess we can still do something like that. Go up, print the top, and have another one, divergence, print another one, and then go down. Yeah. Well, happy Friday. Happy Friday and good day. Good luck trading Bitcoin. I'm waiting, I'm not trading.